Well, we're back to work again. What I thought I'd do is the Chinese elm before and after. I brought 5 of them. These are all in pretty good shape, but they're also in need of constant trimming. Basically, we just keep cutting these. And then so basic shape is there, we just cut back to it. And as it starts to warm up, it just grows and grows. So once again, maybe switching to my more like the mini hedge shears. And that's what you gotta do, is constantly trim. Those of you that like to prune, or you only have a few bonsai, and you got this brand new shears that you want to try out, get yourself a Chinese elm. Now, on the elms, it's best if you could put it in as much sun as you can if you want to keep this leaves small. So there's a number of different things you can do to make sure that your leaves are small. One is as much sun as you can get. And the other factor is keep it in a container and somewhat root bound. If you constantly change your soil, it invigorates the tree so much that it constantly have big leaves. So those are a couple of the elements to keep your leaves small. Okay, here's the next one. Same thing, just keep trimming. One of the things, if you like tools, and want to test the quality of your purchase, try with the Chinese elm. For some reason, Chinese elm is very difficult to cut if you have poor quality tools. It just kind of drags and doesn't do a very good job. It's not to say you have to get the most expensive, but the tools that I'm using, they're sort of moderate price. And then I've gotten away from the traditional bonsai tool because 1, the cost, 2, these don't break when you drop it on concrete. And they do a very good job of cutting. And I also noticed that the way they designed this, there's a stopper right here, and then on the traditional bonsai tool, the stop is right here. And that's when you pinch yourself. So I don't like the pain. It seems like after so many years of doing this, I shouldn't do that anymore. But hey, every so often, when I get those very traditional bonsai tool out, it'll hurt. So anyway, look for good tools that you like. Well, also a lot of the tools are meant for different size hands. I tend to have a bigger hand, so not everything feels comfortable to me. And then conversely, some of my students, especially the ladies in the group, they have smaller hands, so some of the stuff that's comfortable for me isn't for them. So, you know, I don't know, you just have to kind of look around, find the brand of tools that work for you. So this one is almost done too. Well, I'm trimming this almost Easter. It'll be Easter in a few more days. And I bet you these actually will need pruning again in about 2-3 weeks. They really do grow fast in this heat. This one looks like a root of a rock. So I should back off and get started. Just trim, 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 trim. You see how small these leaves are? That's because of the constant trimming along with being in sun and being slightly root bound. So a good bonsai with proportional leaves should be root bound a little bit. Now, if you get to the point where it's not growing healthy, then that's gone too far. But if you want to have nice proportional leaves, you should leave it in the pot as long as you can go without getting unhealthy. Okay, here's another one of the before shots. Basically, they're about the same condition. It's got a good shape, but it just needs this trimming. So I'll go ahead and wrap up the trimming and then show you the finished product. Okay, so now that we're done, let's go ahead and take a look at today's project. So all these were Chinese elms, and I think most of them were root cuttings. I know for sure this was a root cutting. You could still see the indication right there. Chinese elms could be propagated in so many different ways that that's how we get this interesting look. Over rock, it's taking hold nicely. If you notice the bark, it's different. This one is a rough bark elm versus the others were just the standard Chinese elm with a smoother bark. Being in a round pot, it's sometimes hard to identify the front. Well, probably this side. It's coming around to you now. Yep, I think you have the front. So we'll take a look at this one too. I think this also was a root cutting. There. So now you've seen all the projects today. Close up. Well, now that you've seen the close-up of the after, this concludes the program of before and after. So anyway, this is Hiro saying goodbye. I'll see you again real soon in another chapter. You know, making these group here like this, it's really making my nursery get better really fast. In the past, I did one at a time, but now I'm getting 4, 5, 6 at a time. And then, so yeah, I'm really making a good progress at the nursery here. So when all this crazy stuff is over, hopefully you'll come by and you'll see all the nicer looking bonsai. So, hey, we're stuck. We got to just do what we can with the time we have. So what I'm doing is I'm making these videos for you and improving my nursery. So no use crying about the situation we have. So let's just do the best we can and stay safe. Anyway, so I'll see you again real soon in another chapter. Stay safe, everybody. One last look. Hopefully you enjoyed this little short program.